This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, ho there. Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. Yeah, that's right. Birthday boy. I don't know why I got my signals crossed. But anyway, it's March the 20th. So this man is the birthday boy. He's 78 years old. He has been team president and been around the Miami organization since 1995, becoming head coach in 2 different stints, winning 5 NBA titles as a head coach, 4 with the Lakers, 1 with the Heat. But he's won 9 titles overall. He won 1 as a player, 1 as assistant coach, 5 as a head coach, and 2 as an executive. He's been named coach of the year 3 times. And actually became the first North American sports figure to win a championship as a player, assistant coach, head coach, and as an executive. So anyway, he's an icon. He is Pat Riley. So anyway, Pat Riley was born in Rome, New York, and raised in Schenectady, New York. His dad actually played 4 games in 1944 for Philadelphia in baseball. Anyway, he even played high school basketball against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Anyway, Pat Riley would play for Kentucky for 4 years. Well, the freshman team, he was a freshman, but he was not part of the Kentucky actual team because in those days, NCAA wouldn't allow freshmen on their main teams. So anyway, in his 4 years with Kentucky, he was actually named All SEC Player, first team All SEC and SEC Player of the Year in 1966 when the Wildcats were looking good and got to the final against UTEP, or what they were known as, Texas Western. That game transcended things because that game brought the social economical things going on. And of course, you know, the movie Glory Road had it that Texas Western had all 5 of the starters be black, and Kentucky had all whites because of the segregationist government down in Kentucky. He looked pretty good and all that. It took 4 years before Kentucky finally decided to recruit black players. Anyhow, in the 1967 NBA draft, Pat Riley was selected 7th overall. The guys ahead of him there were 3 guys who went ahead of him that were good: Jimmy Walker, Earl Monroe, and Clyde Frazier. Clem Haskins, who later became a good basketball coach in college, Sonny Dove, and Al Tucker. So yeah, so Chicago, Detroit, and Seattle all passed out Pat Riley, and the San Diego Rockets had him. If you're thinking San Diego Rockets, yep, the Rockets franchise used to be in San Diego, and then for 4 years, and then they went to Houston, because Houston almost had an NBA expansion team in 1970, but failed. So anyway, Pat Riley played 3 years for the Rockets franchise. And then Portland selected him in the expansion draft, so he would be an expansion team for Portland. However, the Blazers decided that Pat Riley was not really their cup of tea, so they traded him to Los Angeles to the Lakers. Riley was in reserve, was the guy off the bench for the 72 NBA team that was dominant. It was like, holy crow. Like, he was a Lakers player. Yeah, he was a Lakers player from 70 to 75, and then he went to Phoenix and played 1 year for them and went to the 76 NBA Finals, but lost to Boston. So he did his job. So then he went to become an NBA broadcaster after his retirement. Anyway, there was a bike accident, and Jack McKinney, the Lakers head coach, was almost killed. Paul Westhead, the assistant coach, had to take over head coaching duties, and then he decided to hire Pat Riley as an assistant. And the Lakers won the 1980 NBA Finals in 6 games, which was shocking and all that. Westhead and Riley got championship rings, and then for some strange reason, they lost to Houston in the playoffs, and Houston, the even Rockets were called one of the worst teams to make a final, but the Celtics beat them. anyway, going into the 82 season, there was trouble. Magic Johnson wanted to be traded because he hated Westhead. So the Lakers owner Jerry West decided to not trade Magic. He decided to get rid of Westhead. Jerry West would be named head coach, but he balked. And then West actually decided to have both Jerry West and Pat Riley become co-coaches and all that. West actually said he would assist Riley, and Riley's the head coach. And it worked. Riley helped the Lakers' Showtime era with their running game and with Magic and Abdul-Jabbar. Riley actually was a celebrity because he had his Armani suits and slicked back hair, which had the Hollywood image. Riley liked the Lakers' up-tempo style, and it was innovative on defense, having a 1-3-1 half-court trap. All that. The defense worked. Michael Cooper was a great defensive guard. All that. So anyway, Riley's mantra was no rebounds, no rings, meaning that you need to fight for rebounds. And it worked. Pat Riley led the Lakers to 4 straight finals appearances, winning the 1982 title against the Sixers. They would meet in 83, and the Sixers got their revenge on the Lakers. Then the Lakers lost to Boston in Game 7 in 84. But in 85, the Lakers got their revenge on the Celtics. Houston would break the Lakers' finals streak by shocking them in 5 games in 86, punctuated by Ralph Sampson's turnaround shot. Anyway, Riley did great, coaching a Lakers team that was one of the best of all time in 87. With Magic Johnson, James Worthy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar there, with Byron Scott, A.C. Green, Michael Thompson, Kurt Rambis, and Michael Cooper, the Lakers won 65 games and dispatched the Celtics in the finals. Riley said that you will guarantee them a repeat. And they did it. He did it. The 1988 Lakers became the first team in 19 years to go back-to-back. But the Pistons had to make the Lakers work for it. And the Lakers only won in 7 games. When Riley won the title with the Lakers, it made him one of 6 guys to play for an NBA championship team and later coached that same team to a championship. George Stanesky, Bill Russell, Tom Heinsohn, Casey Jones, and Billy Cunningham were the others. So anyway, the Lakers wanted to 3-peat, but the Pistons swept the Lakers. Anyway, Riley was named head coach of the year in 1990, but stepped down after a shocking loss to the Suns. It was like shocking that Riley would step down and all that. I don't think Jerry Buss would have fired him. So he became an NBC commentator for a year, but the Knicks said, we need someone like Pat Riley to coach. So he took the job. And it worked. He adapted the Showtime pace with the physical delivery of the Knicks. The Knicks almost took care of the Bulls in the Eastern Conference semis, but lost Game 7. Riley helped the Knicks with the best regular season team record and all that, and was named Coach of the Year. The Knicks went to the Eastern Finals, but lost in 6 games, despite the fact that they were up 2-0 after the first 2 and lost the next 4. So anyway, it didn't matter. Pat Riley did help the Knicks win the 94 Eastern title. Well, it was easy with MJ gone. So he did his job. And the Knicks were up 3-2 on Houston, going back to Houston. All they needed to do was win 1 game at the Summit. Game 6, they had a chance where John Starks trying to hit a 3-pointer, but it was tipped away slightly by Hakeem Olajuwon. And then in Game 7, Starks went very ice cold. However, that 94 Game 7 was actually the first time that Riley had participated in NBA Game 7 with 2 teams. He did it with the Lakers, but now the Knicks. And of course, when he lost that thing. Anyway, Riley decided by '95 he had enough and would resign to take the president and head coach job with Miami, getting complete control over basketball operations. And the Heat were accused of tampering by pursuing Riley while he still had the contract. The Heat sent their first round pick in '96, which was Walter McCarty from Kentucky, who did nothing, alongside $1 million to the Knicks. In his first season, the Heat only won 42 games and got swept by the Bulls. But they got the building blocks for the Heat, Alonzo Mourning and Tim Hardaway, also picking up Dan Marley and PJ Brown, and it worked. In '97, he got revenge on the Knicks, taking them out in 7 games in the series, and got them to the conference finals, but the Bulls took them out. Still, Riley was named Coach of the Year for the 3rd time. The Heat would have troubles because they would lose to the Knicks in '98, '99, and 2000. Riley had some issues and all that. You know, PJ Brown and Jamal Mashburn were traded. Alonzo Mourning had a kidney ailment, so he was of little help. Tim Hardaway was traded to Dallas, and Anthony Mason decided to sign with Milwaukee. Miami had crumbled. All that. And after a terrible 2003 season, only winning 25 games, he stepped down as head coach, and Stan Van Gundy took over. Of course, that was the draft which the Heat had the 5th pick and took Dwayne Wade. And then Riley would trade Caron Butler, Brian Grant, Lamar Odom, and a 1st-round pick to the Lakers for Shaq, which was shocking. Now, he would do all that to get Shaq there. And they almost went to the finals in 2005, but lost Game 7 to the Pistons. Anyway, rumors were circulating that Pat Riley wanted to be head coach again instead of Stan Van Gundy. Van Gundy actually resigned 21 games into the '06 season, and Riley took over. And Riley did it. He got Miami to the finals, and then Dallas was up 2-0, and then shockingly lost the last 4. So anyway, Riley became a Miami Heat legend and winning his 5th NBA title as a head coach. He actually took a leave of absence for a month in 2007 because of hip and knee problems. Miami got swept by the Bulls in the 1st round of the playoffs, becoming the first defending champions to be swept in the 1st round since Philly in 1957. The Heat then went 15-67. It was just terrible. I mean, injuries and Shaq being traded were terrible and all that. Riley just couldn't believe it, so he decided to step down. He was still team president, so Eric Spoelstra was named head coach. Great move. And Pat Riley was part of the reason why Miami got a couple titles with him being an executive, getting LeBron James and Chris Bosh to form the Heat's Big Three, which was funny because James, Bosh, and Wade all were drafted in 2003 in the same class. So yeah, 2012 to 2013, he won titles as an executive. And in 2020, he led the Heat to the finals as an executive. Unfortunately, though, they got defeated in 6 games by the Lakers. So anyway, yeah, everyone knew about Riley's pop culture figure. He was called the Godfather because of his appearance. Known for his mafioso like tan and slick back hair. So anyway, you know, he actually had a book and he coined the phrase "disease of war," saying success is often the first step towards disaster, and said that defending champs often fail because every player who returns wants more playing time, more shots, and more money. Fair enough. Riley actually knew Giorgio Armani. So, yes, he's been married to the same woman since 1970. He doesn't have any kids, not biologically, but he adopted a son and a daughter. So, anyway. So, Pat Riley, as a player, played 528 games with San Diego, the Lakers, and Phoenix. Not much scoring, 7.4 points per game, but he didn't really start games. In the NBA playoffs, he went to the finals in 72. Other than that, he was not much in the playoffs. Good player for Kentucky in 1966 when they got to the final but lost to UTEP. As a head coach, 1,210 wins in 1,904 regular season games. In the playoffs, he was 171 and 111, 5 NBA titles as a coach. He got named to the Hall of Fame in 2008. So, yeah. And his number 42 is actually retired by the Wildcats. Wow, I can't believe the Kentucky Wildcats would retire his number. But then again, it's the University of Kentucky. What else is new? Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.